At the beginning of the COVID pandemic, having realized that we may be in for a long time of isolation, I made my first online musical purchase and bought the Korg Minilogue XD. It was a bit of an impulse buy, I guess, but I had been impressed by YouTube previews of the products, and I liked the look of it. The compact form factor and fairly traditional layout of knobs and controls also appealed to me. I chose the pearly white scheme as I thought it would look nice next to my Roland Gaia. Did I really need another synth? Probably not. Initially, I played with it a fair amount, and I did use it on a number of productions. But our relationships with our creative tools can be a complex thing. Subsequent to my purchase of the XD, I was gifted with a Roland Jupiter X, and so, understandably, that has been a major distraction. So the centerpiece of my studio these days is the Jupiter and my Nord Electro. And the Korg now sits on the slab, as it were, and has not been used that much lately. I've even contemplated moving it on through lack of use, but decided before I make that kind of decision that I spend a focused time revisiting it and playing around with it. So I started by initializing the synth and building a patch from scratch. The Minilogue XD comes with 3 oscillators. 2 analog synth oscillators and a digital user oscillator. I started by turning all 3 oscillators down to 0. I then started with the user waveform, which initializes as a bit of white noise. I then paged through all the digital waveforms available until I found the one that I'd like to start working with. Choose decay 2. Once I'd selected the waveform that I want to use, I then start working with the envelope generator, the attack, the decay, the sustain and the release to shape the sound further. This initial form, I'm going to give it a bit of release so it hangs out a bit. See what I do with slip. Keep the attack fast. LFO. The Minilogue XD also comes loaded with some pretty decent digital effects, so I decided to add a bit of delay to my sound as well. Next, I decided to reintroduce oscillators 1 and 2, the analog waveform generators, then mix them in with the digital waveform that I have edited. Oscillator 1 is a triangle wave, medium octave, and obviously at concert pitch. Bring in oscillator 2, same level. Also a triangle, work with the pitch on the 2. And once I'm happy with the sound, I name it, and I've stored it in an available memory slot. My next step was to go and build a track using my newly designed sound, and then layering it with more sounds, and I just chose to use presets for the rest. The presets are really excellent. The factory presets that the Korg Minilogue XD is loaded with are really impressive. So my revisit actually turned into a rediscovery. The Korg Minilogue XD is a great sounding synth, and with its multi-engine gives you a great set of hybrid options. It's really very intuitive for sound design. It comes loaded with excellent presets, which could make one lazy about programming your own sounds, of course. This revisit has inspired me to make time to program my own sounds. There's plenty of open memory to add hundreds of sounds without having to delete any of the factory sounds. The only cons for me really are the keybed is small and plasticky, and that the synth is a bit noisy when connected via USB. This may be a USB issue on my PC, but the Nord and the Jupiter are quiet, and I could not resolve the problem. So I've resorted to using the 5-pin DIN MIDI connectors via my audio interface MIDI channels, and it works just great. Apart from that, the form factor and build quality along with its truly analog character make the Minilogue XD an excellent synth for the money. Needless to say, the XD gets to stay, and I look forward to including it in my creative flow going forward.